I suppose the first thing I should be doing is apologizing to everyone because you have to deal with me for the foreseeable future as we have got ourselves a Elite 8 flags matchup here in the lower bracket. CrimsonAvix is on your left. chessjerk is on your right. Obviously, this isn't a chessjerk seed because they have a one-heart start. I am the Greenleaf Effect, and with me today is Fry Teeth. How are you doing?
I'm good. Looking forward to this one. We've got CrimsonAvix, who was just knocked down to the bonus bracket by Antlers, and chessjerk, who's fought back through this bracket through quite a few rounds.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because the one-heart start here is the biggest thing because a lot of the overworld routing that you would do, especially if you're looking for a sword, you tend to, bump into a little things every now and then. You can't do that here.
Yeah, definitely. But I think the worst part of the one heart start is because you're going to get a couple hearts eventually. Is that every time you die inside a dungeon, you reset back to one heart instead of 3.
Yeah, that is one of those things that people absolutely tend to forget. And we are off and ready to go. And oh no, oh no. I'm oh-knowing because we have mirrored overworlds and we have a recorder as a letter. Oh, we have sprite shuffle. We have sprite.
And what have we started with there? Is that
That is the book as the magical sword white sword sprite. Yeah, this is a start. Based on that sword sprite, that tells me that sword upgrades are off as well. That's bombs. So please bear with us, everybody. We are going to be doing our best to keep track of everything that's going on here. What we do know is we have a green dungeon. There were bombs in the ground. The level numbers we don't know. And yeah. Were those fireballs power bracelets?
I'm not sure what they were. I'm just trying to figure out what level we're in.
Green. Well, that desert floor tells me something. I want to say we're in 3.
Chester
3 or 7, yeah.
I don't blame him.
No, not at all. With one heart, there's no real good way. Nope. Oh, we're in. That's a vanilla dungeon because that's first quest 7 right there. And the reason I say that is because when Crim paused his mini map, he had clearly gone straight down, but there was a hole in the middle. So yeah, between that hole in the middle of the map and the desert tile floor, that was first quest 7.
We've got a shop on chessjerk's side that possibly a candle there on the left.
Candle makes sense on the left. The any key sprite is
might be an arrow.
No, that's too expensive for an arrow. That's a shield, I think.
I think the arrows can go up to 100.
Right, but I know the one Crim saw was 135. The mid one was the arrow, the one on the right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the middle. I was looking at the any key on the right. So the interesting thing here when it comes to mirrored overworld is it does allow for some interesting screen scrolls as a possibility. That silver arrow you see in the middle there, that is absolutely the blue ring. It's the only thing that's going to be that high in price.
Got half a ladder on the coast.
Well, a half of a ladder, that means one thing, it's not a heart container.
am surprised no one's headed back to start already. Or yet.
You know, I can definitely see that, considering that the wood sword has a 50% chance to be in its vanilla screen. I would absolutely agree with you there, going. But I also agree with, you're over here in this section. Check out the areas you're in, and that second quest setup for level 2 tells us that we are either in a mixed quest or a full second quest overworld.
So we are definitely on mixed, because chessjerk bombed the Heart Rock up here where CrimsonAvix is heading towards, and it did open.
Okay, there we go. So mixed overworld. Other side, Crim.
Yeah, fortunately, there's nothing important in that. What we think is candle and arrow.
Right, well, we have confirmed, because we've seen the moblins shooting potions, that potions are in fact arrows. So that one we can confirm.
7 rupee. Small secret.
Ugh. Yeah, with that second price at 164, I think we can confirm that the magical key sprite is in fact the shield.
And with that expensive price, I think we can also confirm that Boomstick is not on for this seed.
Boomstick isn't on. Maps isn't on.
Not on.
Nope. Well, I mean, the potion was an extra candle. I mean, it was red, right?
Right. And one of the unfortunate things about Mirrored Overworld is we're seeing you can't screen scroll over to level 5 anymore. It's the only way to get up there.
Right, but the other thing that Mirrored Overworld does do is we can screen scroll to the eastmost raft spot, or westmost raft spot in there.
$20, 21 rupee. Certainly seen worse.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. I've seen the 40 rupee bombs. Those suck.
We should get a wood sword check soon. But we don't know. We might be swordless.
We might be swordless.
50 also.
We are not swordless.
I'm sure that's a relief for them to see.
I mean, I'm always happy to see a sword. Don't get me wrong, bashing things over the head with a wand is certainly fun, except Wizrobes, because you can't bash them over the head with a wand.
We also see on chessjerk's side that we have permanent beams. So
that is
help with that 1 heart start that they've got.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps with that, because, it will allow any dying in dungeons or up-egging in dungeons to at least not remove you from your projectile.
Find another level on chessjerk's side.
Based on color and start, this feels like First Quest 6. Triforces are rings.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely looks like First Quest 6. Which they don't need the Triforce for, as they both started with 6 Triforces.
Right, which means if I'm remember seeing correctly, we are missing the Triforces out of 2 and 5 because we're using first quest.
Chessjerk making what I think is sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
I say Chessjerk making what I think is a good decision to get out of level 6. You know, you've got a 50% chance of finding a wand in there, and I don't know, taking that out.
Yeah. So the big thing right now, and I hope both of our owners are going to realize this, is that we've seen 2 dungeons that have had their vanilla color schemes. So yes, we aren't in shapes, which is going to help out too, but the color schemes as well. So that's something to keep in mind. So we should have a pretty good idea when we go into dungeons, what dungeons we're going into, just based off of that. And yes, in chat makes a very good point. Because of mirrored overworld, and you can screen scroll to the east/westmost raft because of where it is. If the recorder happens to be recorder to beaten dungeons in their vanilla locations, then the raft will not be required in the seed.
That's Slice to take a death so far from the start screen.
Yeah, definitely. This is not a fun overworld to have to traverse, especially with only 1 heart. Because 1, if you're so far away from everything, you have to go back to where you were. And number 2, you leave with 1 heart. Also, speaking of far away from things, that's a pretty, far away from your start spot for level 9 to be.
Yeah, and in addition to finding level 9, we also know that we've got mixed quest with mixed quest second.
Right, and then of course because level 3 is the green color, which is the combination of its regular cave from first quest and the green cave it gets from second.
That means money's going to be at a premium in this seed because we've already seen a pretty terrible. That medium is pretty good.
Yeah, 2 away from a max medium secret. That's definitely going to help out the money in this seed. And considering this was a 1 heart start, it wouldn't surprise me if in the back of each of these guys' heads, the concept of, is a blue ring in play?
And another thing we're seeing here about Mixed Overworld is you've got to walk through the Deadwoods the way the game wanted you to. No screen scrolling here either.
Well, I mean, kind of the way the game wanted you to.
Well.
So upright, downright at this point?
I believe it is.
We do find potions in only 29 rupees for the blue candle potion, so at least that's cheap.
Got another level up at the grave.
This is going to be level 3, just based on the color.
Finally finding a heart container. That should help him survive a little bit longer.
I mean, this is a chessjerk seed, so it wouldn't surprise me if in 5 minutes he's up to 10 hearts. If you've never watched a chessjerk seed or played a seed against chessjerk, the man has an uncanny ability to find every heart container. Crim going to be super happy to pick up those bombs, as he hasn't been able to find what's been dropping them yet, or if he has, they haven't dropped any yet. However, the enemy set in this round, the Bubble, the Gibdo, not wanting to play nicely and let Crim get into this staircase, where he's going to find himself a pair of maps. So that's either the raft or the ladder, and that is going to be the raft.
Definitely not because it's, as you said earlier, it's only blocking, for them, it's only blocking one level.
Alright, so to answer the question in chat, why Crim's sword is a different color. The reason that the sword is a different color is actually has to do with the color palette limitations of the game itself. You'll notice that Crim is using a red Onion Knight sprite, whereas chessjerk has the green Link sprite. So the handle of the sword normally matches Link's, or the wooden sword, normally matches Link's tunic color. So you might notice later on, if you have a wood sword with a blue ring, you'll get the white sword color. So because Crim's primary color is red, where the wood sword handle would be, that's why his potion has the red drink with the brown outline, and chessjerk's has the green drink with the brown outline. Oh, that's interesting. Killable items is on.
Yeah, I always end up killing a lot of items when that turns on. You're so used to reaching for items with your sword.
Yep. So second quest enemies is also on, as we see red and blue bubbles here in this level 7.
And I think we saw is likely to be a heart container on the floor in this.
I think that double meat we saw in that tea room was what it was the heart container.
I think Crim doesn't realize that looks like that's first quest 3, because he's bombing a lot of walls that.
Right, but I think in this scenario where you don't have the map, you want to double check, because even though we have the dark room here, all the dark room does is confirm that somewhere in the set is gonna be some sort of vanilla dungeon. So I don't blame him for double checking there just to be sure.
He's gonna leave, which, again, don't need that Triforce, and he's gotten the item, and we've seen what we believe is a heart container.
Yep, I mean, it was pointed out to me in chat that we do know heart container are the double potions. So what we have over on chessjerk's side is that is a wand. That is a very interesting color wand. So that's definitely not the wand.
Looks like he's gotten himself a recorder.
Yes, he has. So, going to be interesting to see where that recorder takes us.
That looks like it's.
That would be well, I believe that's a new dungeon because he blew recorder right, which means he'd be going to 2. So it's either that's 2Q7, so he's going to need a candle to get in that. So I believe we are at Whistle to Unbeaten, new location.
Yeah, so he's going to go get his candle here, and he should be able to get in there.
And we have got ourselves a white sword bomb upgrade as the Armos item. So, oh, well, this is something. That recorder is required to get into one of the 2 required dungeons that we need. Oh, that wasn't the bomb upgrade, that was the wand. I lied. So the wand is the bomb upgrade that Crim now has.
That looked like chessjerk is leaving level 5. I guess he's going to go back to level 2 here.
Yep, so I mean, that is good. Finding that recorder is huge for chessjerk. It gives him a decided advantage here because he now knows exactly where the 2 places he needs to get the Triforce out of is. I don't remember if he's found level 9 or not, but statistically speaking, with the 50% chance of Ganon not being required, I'm a big fan of you go ahead, you get the Triforces you need, and you take that gamble on 9 in these flags.
I completely agree. Even if Ganon is required, you know there's always a 50-50 chance of silvers and red ring in 9. So digging 9, even if you've got to come back, is still valuable.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, you get the information, and that's always good. Speaking of information, we have the red bubble curse is slow because chessjerk is walking in pudding. Crim has found level 1, which unfortunately is ladder blocked, so we're not going to be able to make much progress.
Now, the other advantage of that recorder, at least right now, is the chessjerk, when he clears out this bottom part, he can just up A and save and come right back here with the recorder. He doesn't have to waste a lot of time looking for blue bubbles.
That is true. And so far, it's looking like at least the enemy sets are cooperating here, and that was the any key on the floor in 2.
Yeah, he up A, so he can go get his slow curse off, and he's going to head right back in.
So that was interesting. Over on Crim's side, he came across a blue potion in a cave. He couldn't acquire it. Potions are swords. So I believe that means sword upgrades are on, unless that's something else that's masquerading as the white sword.
Finds his Triforce, but he's going to keep digging.
Yeah, I don't blame him here because you want to confirm that Heart Shuffle isn't on. And yeah, I have been pointed out that potions are also arrows, so that could be silver arrows as the white sword item. Quick enter and exit for chessjerk to save himself a bomb to get access over here.
It's rooms like these that are the reason I really hate the one hard start, because these Koreas will take you out in one shot.
No, I mean,
well, that's interesting, because that double meat is also the compass.
Yeah, so double meat's the compass. The maps are recorders. and heart containers of the double potion.
What's he digging for? We assume he's digging for the second item here in 2.
Yeah, because 2 is a small enough dungeon where you want to confirm, or at least get a sense of, is Heart Shuffle on or off?
What's on the coast? We have no idea.
Chessjerk is going to find his... Oop.
Got his Triforce, and he's going to head to level 5, and assuming that he found level 9, he could be in level 9 in just a few minutes.
Crim did go ahead and pick up his candle here, so he's going to be able to do some burninating, which means he should be able to find himself level 2 here soon, although the mirror overworld is messing with him a little bit here.
Find the meat block here in level 5, and it's not going to stop anyone. And we find another heart on the floor, so it does start to suggest that Heart Shuffle may be off.
Yeah, all signs point to that right now.
Except that meat block's going to prevent him from getting back up to the top half of the dungeon.
Right, which unfortunately means you either have to obey a beautiful use of the candle to avoid the red bubbles there by CJ.
But they got him this time.
That is the wooden boomerang, because we've determined that boomerangs are the fireball sprites.
And same thing he did in level 2. He's going to obey to get the curse off and...
Yeah, no, not the worst idea at all. You have access to the recorder taking you where you need to go. I mean, get rid of that curse and go back in at full speed. So picking up that compass was definitely a good thing for CJ, as he now knows he doesn't have to even worry about that top half of 5 at all. He can just go into this lower half and not worry about it, and having to play dodge the bubbles, and unfortunately the bubbles said no.
Not the room I'm sure that he wanted to see on 1 heart and slow.
Yeah, that's a room. That's a room.
Crim does pick up his any key.
Yeah, so the one thing that we have learned above all else through this tournament is that I now have a much bigger appreciation, as Crim picks up the Triforce in 2, for the Swordless Curse.
I agree. The slow curse is by far the worst of them.
Yeah, I mean, reverse controls is one of those things where it's like, okay, you just have to rewire your brain for a minute. Oh, CJ just getting out of that.
Yeah, the only time I find the reverse controls annoying is when you've got a room with red and blue bubbles and you're going back and forth.
I can see that.
But if you're on reverse controls for a few minutes, that's not so bad.
Crim continuing his Trogdor impression as he is burning in the countryside over here in the forest, as CJ is still attempting to kill something, anything in this room.
But unfortunately, Crim's going to need to go back into level 7 to dig out that recorder.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is, considering what you've seen in that 7, you're going to fade that as long as possible. There's no reason to go back into it right now. From a running perspective, anyway.
I agree.
And CJ using that right-hand door and the permanent sword beams to massive advantage there, as he's able to, on one heart, continue to kill everything in that room and go ahead. And of course, as soon as I say Crim's going to fade 7, what does he do?
Level 9 is at First Quest 3.
I love the fact that the beam coming out of the wand is rings.
Looks like chessjerk had not found level 9 yet.
Right, so he's going to be on the continuous lookout for it, and going to go ahead and do the screen scroll over to the raft spot here, which is fun. Crim going to find his wand quarter.
And now he's going to be at a pretty big advantage, because that Triforce is pretty early in level 5. And he does know where 9 is.
Right, the problem with that Triforce is Crim's got 3 hearts, and it's after a room of red bubbles in a room that's absolutely atrocious to kill. Crim takes a look one more room and gets rewarded with a heart container.
Not exactly sure why he's staying in here.
It could be one of those things where you just end up on autopilot and you don't remember what Triforces you're looking for. Although it could be the fact that Stalfos dropped bombs, and we have confirmed that enemy group drop shuffle is on. I promise I can words.
No, we're also seeing the other consequence on chessjerk's side of that recorder. He's trying to get in spots, but beaten. That's for traveling around. There's the Triforce in 7. It's ladder blocked.
Well, I mean, that's all the information Crim needs there. Good thing is, it was a pretty quick 7, all things considered. That Patra we saw at the start, we didn't need to worry about it at all. And what's funny here is, without even blowing the recorder to find out where it takes him, Crim is going to find level 5.
Yeah, this is one of those things you see people do a lot because you've only got that one screen left to check in this area, so you check before you take off somewhere, and it just so happens to take him where he needed to go.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I personally hope Crim finds the item in here so I can give him endless amounts of crap for it, but
Maybe he forgot he has that any key.
I think he did. That's a compass and a lot of whiz robes.
But he got the compass out of the room, which is the important thing.
The unfortunate thing is he is going the wrong direction to get down to the Triforce and the item here, but also, is it me? But I kind of want someone to find that hint that chessjerk just found while under the effects of the slow curse.
What was the hint? I didn't.
With speed like that, I bet it was easy to kidnap the princess.
That would fit.
Well, the good and bad news for CJ here is it looks like he's making his way to Death Mountain, which we know is not where level 9 is. The good news is Crim found whatever the white sword item is up here. And from what I understand right now, that is potentially going to be the silver arrows, because we know that arrows are potions. So it could be a blessing in disguise that he ends up here on Death Mountain. Now, we're trying to figure out what that item on the coast is, and just from what I'm seeing, that item on the coast is either the power bracelet or the bow.
Yeah, I don't think we really left it.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot left that could be in the only half of one of those 2-tile sprite groups. We know that rings are arrows, so it can't be the red ring. We know that arrows are potions, so it can't be that. So really, the only thing left it could be is power bracelet or bow.
I'm gonna leave level 5, maybe to go heal for tackling that room again.
Crim gonna be very disappointed to find out it's gonna bring him right back to where he was.
He tries again. Chessjerk finds.
I don't blame CJ there. Finds the level. And you can tell by him finding 3 and just noping out of it, he is 100% on the lookout for 9 here. You can tell that's what he's planning on doing.
Right now, he's headed in the right direction.
Yeah, so opted to do the loop around route and make his way over to the Dead Woods, which is good because that's going to get him to level 9. Crim having to be very careful here with his 1 heart, but does finally manage to get to a fairy fountain, and our slow crawling is over for now.
Until the next time he tries to get through that room.
You know, I like the way chat just put it. Crim probably feels like he just jumped on the moving sidewalk at the airport. And then immediately gets hit by every bubble in the room. Like, literally every bubble.
Now, if you can get through this room, though, they're going to end up in 9 within a minute or two of each other.
I mean, Crim got the two hardest things to kill out of the way right there with beautiful bomb work on those blue Wizrobes. So we saw two different methods of killing this room as Crim went ahead and used the bombs to kill the blue Wizrobes, whereas chessjerk decided just to stand in the door and beam sword everything.
I'd probably go for the strategy of taking 5 or 6 deaths.
I mean, that's definitely the way I would be doing it too. chessjerk has found himself level 4.
Like you said, he's not going in anywhere other than...
I bet that is the happiest Triforce Crim has ever grabbed, because he's like, I can go back to walking normal, right? Yay, good.
They're both going to be in level 9.
Yeah, so now the fun part is going to be, is Ganon in fact going to be required? And if so, then this is an interesting thing because CJ has the advantage of levels 6 and 4 knowing where they are. Crim has the advantage of knowing that silver arrows are probably that white sword item he found on Death Mountain. The problem is neither one of them know where the ladder's at. We know ladder can't be in 9 because we saw the Triforce in 7 ladder blocked.
We may have our bow on the coast, or we might not.
And from what I understand, we have got ourselves at least the sounds of Piggy.
There's our map, which we didn't always...
But yeah, no, we've got pretty much a 2-minute difference from 9 entries. So, question for you. In this set of flags, especially when you're doing the gambling on Zelda in this case, not being Ganon not being required, are you of the go north, north, north as much as you can mindset?
I am. But I'm also out of the tournament, so...
I mean, it's better than me. I didn't play in the tournament. And that is a wooden arrow, which I'm going to go with is the red ring. So, red ring in 9 for CJ.
So if that is the silver arrows up as the white sword item, that makes life more difficult because you assume seeing the red ring that it's very likely that the silvers are in 9 also.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see a red ring, especially in these flags where it's 50-50 on. You see the red ring in 9, you are 100% under the assumption that, yeah, no, they are in 9. Red ring and silvers are in 9, and that's got to be the mindset you're playing with right now.
One issue for chessjerk right now, though, is he's out of bombs.
Yeah, and we've determined that bomb drop groups have been shuffled because we saw the Stalfos dropping bombs for Crim. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually does drop bombs in this level 9. And the old man telling Crim something he already has done, actually. He has found the Triforce piece in 7. He just couldn't acquire it.
Trying to clear this could drop a compass. Dark rooms ended up being very important to clear in 9.
Nope, just a 5-er.
They are now following each other.
They are following each other. It's fun. Yeah, so I mean, even without the bombs, chessjerk definitely does have the advantage just because of that red ring that he found. And I can 100% confirm, because I've raced against chessjerk where the only difference between what we had was he found the red ring and I didn't. I'll give you 3 guesses who won that one. Spoilers, it wasn't me. So that manhandler did not like whatever type of onion knight CrimsonAvix was going to be. Although based on the way he keeps falling down quickly, I'm going to go with a Vidalia onion. Also, I want to say right now I am extremely distracted, not because of anything happening on screen, but my roommates are frying french fries in the deep fryer and all I can smell is deep fried potato, and I'm drooling.
Yeah, we're already seeing what a big difference one hard start that red ring is making. Crim has gotten sent back to the start of 9 several times, and chessjerk isn't running into that problem.
Yeah, no, absolutely correct. And it's interesting because, you know, you see some of these seeds where people go around and they're like, oh, Crim found the map here. And, you know, they're doing it on 3, 4 hearts and they make it look easy. And then you have some of these seeds where it's like, yeah, no, like that extra defense definitely, you know, it allows you to be at least a little more fast and loose with how you can play a little bit. You can be a little more aggressive, especially in a seed where things are going a little bit crazy. Crim now running into the same problem that chessjerk was in earlier. No, about So let's see how well CJ fares against this manhandle, and it's absolutely beautiful with that kill. 1 bomb, 1 kill, 1 dead manhandle. And in chat, that room that you just saw chessjerk in killing that manhandler, technically that can be a push block room because that is a staircase room in second quest, and there is the potential for second quest staircases to be on. We haven't seen any yet, but you're going to see a lot of runners definitely push rooms like that just because it's one that they've seen before. They know it has the potential to push, so you're definitely going to push it.
That staircase took him himself.
Crim finding himself a couple more staircases, opts to not take the first one, opts to in fact take the second one, and let's see where this is going to drop us. That's going to drop us out in the tooth that Crim was trying to get to earlier, and that was extremely rude.
And we've already seen almost all of the staircases in 9.
Yeah, the 6 connecting pairs plus the two item staircases, giving us a total of 14 delicious staircases here in this level 9. We've seen, yeah, a good portion of them.
Yeah, we've seen 5 connecting staircases in one of the items already.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And there is the other one. So no, that is in fact Silver's and Red Ring were in fact here in 9s. That was a bomb upgrade we saw that was shuffled to the potion up on the White Sword Cave.
Could that have been the bow as the White Sword item?
I don't think so, because the bow, the string on the bow is going to look similar to Link. So you'll notice if you use different color Link sprites that the string on the bow will match Link's color, and there was no red in that, it was pure blue. So yeah, that was just a bomb upgrade.
Definitely not a room that you want to get stuck in. He's going to have to clear this to get back out.
Yeah, this is not a fun room. Although, if you're Crim at this point, considering the way that this first room in 9 has been treating you, do you think about leaving 9 just to go get the fairy refill?
I do, but it's only a couple screens. It's kind of unfortunate for him that he hasn't found that red ring, because you've got a staircase right near start that takes you almost right to it.
Yeah, he's been adamant about not taking staircases here right now. Although he's also being adamant about making his way through this room. He's died to the spike trap, he's died to the bunny. He makes it through this time, and CJ has found himself a Ganon. He's hoping he can bomb through Ganon's room, and he can. Oh no, Crim got pixeled. The other bit of information that chessjerk just got by finding Ganon in a room that is not his own is the fact that Zelda no longer has to be in her room, so that opens up a lot more possibilities as to where the princess could be hiding.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of possibilities left right now.
No, that's the thing, especially with a vanilla level 9 setup is you're not guessing where things are, and you know there's only so many rooms, and at this point, from chessjerk's perspective, we found a good portion of them. I mean, this is one of the last shutter doors we're going to encounter here, so maybe this is it. This is in fact it, and that does confirm that Ganon is required. So now it's not a hunt for the bow, because we're pretty sure that's on the coast. It's a hunt for the ladder first. chessjerk has the advantage of knowing where a couple of dungeons are that he could dig into, that being 6 and 4. We are under the assumption that if the bow is in fact on the coast, that ladder is not in 1, unless it's in that one room that was key blocked that wasn't ladder blocked.
We also have not seen level 8 yet.
Right, that is also a thing it could be. chessjerk does not know that Raft is in 3, so he's probably going to check 3 first because it's a smaller dungeon in comparison to 4. I love all the Schadenfreudian answers that chat wants to have a chain reaction seed. And right now, the only chain reaction we saw, though, is a chain reaction of Wizro beam to face equals dead.
So I believe of so level 8, that means is could be power bracelet blocked. I don't think Crim checked the other Raft spot.
No, I don't believe we've seen a vanilla 4 check.
Or level 8 could be completely irrelevant because it could be ladder blocked.
Right, it could be up in its vanilla second quest location.
Yes, we did see the second item in 5 was a heart container.
Yeah, so far from what we've seen, we are under the assumption that Heart Shuffle is off.
Looks like Chester. I think he accidentally killed some bombs. He did.
Well, that's a room that Crim's in.
And this is going to be a quick item out of 4.
That's a ladder.
That looks like a ladder.
That's a ladder. Wow. Yeah, so the question in chat, what does Heart Shuffle do? Basically, when the randomizer was initially created, it just shuffled the items between the dungeons. So like you see here, the Recorder in 7, the Any key in 2, the Wand, the Armos item, things like that. Heart Shuffle takes the standard heart drop in every dungeon and adds that to the mix where items could be. So potentially you could have a level 1, for example, that has a heart container in the basement, the silver arrows, and the boomerang on the floor. Or you could have a level 8, for example, that's got 3 heart containers, 2 in the basement and 1 on the floor. So it basically just adds the hearts into where the items could possibly be, meaning you have to kill more rooms to get more items.
No, chessjerk is not heading back to the coast.
Interesting. He could be heading to get a fairy fountain first and then head to the coast.
He could be, but it's like when after he left 4 that he was heading back up to level 3. And if he was going back to the coast, I would have expected him to up A as soon as he got onto that ferry screen.
Yeah, look at the hesitation there. I think he just realized it.
Looks like maybe he just realized that the coast item is still there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Crim keeps beating himself against the wall into the same pattern over and over again. Just cannot get himself out of this loop.
And he was right by the red ring.
It's the power bracelet. So that opens up some possibilities. CJ does not know where level 1 is. That's only a Crim thing. So Bo being in 1 is a pretty good possibility at this point. There's 3 items in there, technically 2 with the heart container. So this is turned into a very interesting thing all of a sudden, with that being the power bracelet and not the bow.
We do have our vanilla any road always through it. Roll in the sea. Probably fairly confident that that's not the case.
So the only fun part about the vanilla any roads is I tend to forget the order you take them in to get where you go. So I just wantonly do what chessjerk's doing, and eventually I get to where I need to go.
I've done this same. He's going to head to level 3, which won't take him long to get through, but he's definitely going to be disappointed to find that raft.
Yeah, but I mean, from his perspective at this point, it's the only, I mean, he knows where this is, he knows where 6 is. This is the smaller of the 2, lesser of the 2 evils, so you absolutely go to 3 first. Then if you're CJ, I go to 6 because I know where 6 is. Then you traverse the overworld to try and find where 1 and 8 are. Also, I love how with the papers being back to back on that wrap sprite, it looks like it's a curtain opening.
Where called?
So Crim is finally got his red ring, gonna be super happy about that. And you might notice that you saw the palette swap. So now you see CJ with the red palette and the red wooden sword, and Crim with the green palette and the green wooden sword.
Looks like chessjerk, though, has decided he's going to head to look for level 1 as well as the white sword item.
I mean, I don't blame him. He's already up here, so you might as well go ahead and do your Death Mountain searching. And hey, look at that, level 1. Yeah, one was 100% hard ladder blocked. So, Crim continuing his way through level 9, it wouldn't surprise me if he's gazing over at the IRC and just going, CJ, finish already. I'm tired of this. Finish already, please.
I'll start to figure at this point the Ganon probably is required.
Yeah, I mean, you've gone through enough of this 9, and the quality of players here left in this is such that a little bit of you's thinking, okay, maybe the one heart start got there, but got to a little bit, but then you're absolutely like, no, Ganon has to be required at this point. I haven't seen just a surprise, like a dot done here, so. And Crim has been on the delivering end of one of those surprise Zeldas with a lovely 13-minute seed earlier in the tournament. So yeah, at this point he is probably under the assumption that that Ganon's required, and that was a bomb upgrade for CJ, which means that's the white sword. So I guess I missaw what the white sword item was. I guess it was a blue fireball, which means the white sword item was the blue boomerang. At least that's the assumption I'm going with.
But as they're pointing out in chat, it could also have been the magical sword upgrade. There's the Triforce that we don't need.
Right, we were under the assumption that it wasn't Mags because it was blue, and there is the compass that we don't need as well. Crim over in 9, happy to find that bomb pickup, because that was a big thing he was lacking. No explosion.
Here we're going to get our...
Yep. So see, this is interesting. I mean, there's some bombs that CJ doesn't need. Opting just to kill this room because it was being a pain for the ladder clip, and that's the book. So Bo is either in 6 or 8. And Crim is going to go ahead and find his silver arrows, and CJ going to go ahead and get the heart out of one. That is a full clear of level.
Four or 5 heart containment, 1 silver arrows.
Crim setting himself up a count on that poor old man. He did nothing wrong. He's just doing his job. And nope, that does confirm it is in fact Mags on the potion side. Okay. So, even though Krim has found both of the items here in 9, he is continuing his perusal because he has not confirmed that Ganon is required. Chessjerk has all the necessary information. He knows Ganon's location, he knows where Zelda is. He just has not confirmed that. Krim, however, has not confirmed that Ganon is required.
Chessjerk, I believe you can scroll over to the other side of Death Mountain from that because we're on mirrored.
I believe that is one of the scrolls that is available from Mirrored yet. I don't have all of them memorized. I just know the fun one is to the raft spot.
Krim is continuing his hunt for Zelda, and it's going to take a little while. You pretty much have to walk most of 9 to get to her.
Yeah, she's up in the upper left-hand corner. Although, not gonna lie, the way Krim's mini-map just looked when he paused, it kind of looks like a Mr. Saturn.
And we found our large secret, which was ladder blocked for 81.
Because of course the large secret was ladder blocked.
We don't have a lot of screens left for the White Sword or level 8.
No, the unfortunate part for CJ is, I think he pushed the wrong block on that second quest level 4 screen. Anyway, here's a recorder screen. It is the bow as the White Sword item recorder block. Wow.
And it's going to be in this game because Chessjerk, he's got his bone silvers. He knows where the path to Ganon and Zelda. Don't think it's going to take him too long to finish this.
No, he just has to get himself there. And with the fairy fountain being right close to where 9 is, you're going to go in with a full stack of hearts anyway, so... Krim has found himself a Ganon and is also in the same boat of please let me bomb out of here.
Well, that's good because that will finally get him over to find Zelda.
Yeah, gonna be too little too late in this case, though.
Chessjerk collecting the...
Well, he did stop in...
potion.
Yeah, exactly. So, picking up the blue candle potions, he's in a pretty good spot to fight Ganon. Krim, on the other hand, going to be in a pretty good spot to find Zelda here in a minute.
Yeah, just needs to go up one more room.
Going to have to be very careful though with the only being on half a heart. Even if you're on a red ring, half a heart is still half a heart.
Chessjerk's trying to take a path to Ganon that we haven't seen before, so I don't know if he's going to be able to bomb over here.
No, I think it's a one singular path.
Yeah, we've only seen one way to get there.
So Crim now on that same hunt that chessjerk was on earlier. Crim does not have to go back to 3 like you saw chessjerk do. The thing is, though, Crim didn't find 4, didn't find 6. The only other dungeon he knows about is 1. He knows that's ladder blocked. So this is an interesting conundrum for Crim to be in.
Now that staircase is going to take him, is a new staircase, but by process of elimination, it's going to take him one room above Ganon.
Yep. Hey, sometimes you just find the last piece you need. I like what CJ's doing here. He's killing this room in case he dies to Ganon. That way when he comes back, it's free to get in because the bubbles are going to keep it that way. Also, beautiful use of the recorder there by Crim to give him a chance to be able to dodge the Lionel beams that would have been coming right for his face there.
We do have full HP Ganon here. Well, it's not that Crim's skipping the power bracelet. He doesn't have the ladder yet. But chessjerk's got his stun lock.
Most of the stun lock.
And he fires a potion at Ganon.
And now it's just a matter of time before we walk up to Zelda and the done happens.
Turns out we didn't need that ladder at all.
Nope, not at all. So with that, chessjerk's going to finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 34 seconds. And within seconds of that happening, Crim's like, yep, I've had enough of this. We're just going to move on to game 2. So that is going to be coming for us tomorrow night, but we'll see if we can get these guys in here for a little bit of chat about this. So bear with us here just All right, so we will be being joined here by at least chessjerk. Haven't heard back from Crim on if he's going to be joining us as well, but that is a chessjerk. So GG.
Thank you very much. How are you doing tonight?
Probably a lot better than you are after that one heart start.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. So, at least it wasn't swordless.
I mean, when that's the only good thing you can say.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up an Elite 8 seed, I think, if I remember what I know about the flags. I mean, I think everything else, Elite 8 rolled on except for swordless, I think.
Yeah. Hidden health.
Oh, hidden health. Yeah, okay, fine. Great.
That doesn't really matter with the one heart start. You know where you are all the time.
No. Yeah, no, I when I saw that, I sincerely considered re-rolling the seed with the beeping off because I knew I was going to hear a lot of it, but I decided not to. I don't even know if it would have mattered. But yeah, that bow location, that was a thing.
Yeah, we were all thinking that it was the bow was on the coast. We're like, oh, that's the bow. It came with the power race, the colors, the color. Like, no, it's the PB, and Bo's just happily sitting there, recorder blocked up on Death Mountain as the white sword.
Yep, just as you would expect.
So we were curious about after you cleared 3 and 4 for the raft and ladder, You knew where level 6 was, but you didn't head back there. You decided to keep digging the overworld.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I totally forgot I had found it. I see it there on my map. I
Turns
just
out
totally
it was
forgot
the
I found
right call.
it. Yeah, that's, I guess, by accident making the right move. If I had remembered, if I remembered 6 was there, I would have gone there first for sure. But no, I totally forgot about it. I thought I was still looking for 6 and 8.
Yeah, we never saw level 8 on either side.
I only have 5 spots left. The 4 remaining spots north of Death Mountain and the level 4 first quest raft spot. I checked everything else, so I narrowed it down pretty close. I really was thinking that it was, raft into level 8 into the bow. That would have been a nice touch.
So I think I'm pretty much know the answer to this question, Crim, but I'm gonna ask anyway. I'm going to assume Mirrored Overworld's being shut off tomorrow.
It's my least favorite flag in the entire game, so yeah.
Oh, and GG Crim. It was everything. It was everything we expected, I think.
So I'm just going to preface this by saying that I could have dealt with the 1 heart to start until I found out, or until I saw that book was our starting item. We had permanent sword beams on.
What a great set of
that totally screws your ability to farm health.
Yeah. What a great set of starting items we had too. That was amazing.
Killable items didn't help either.
No,
that was
not.
the whole reason I hated those 2 flags being on.
I was amazed that I only killed 1 bomb drop the entire run. I'm amazed that I only did it once.
Oh, that's okay. I spent pretty much 10 minutes and 9 just walking around trying to farm a bomb drop off of enemies that don't drop bombs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was fast red Octoroks and both Dark Nuts. I think were bomb droppers.
I didn't see a Dark Nut at all.
Yeah, I only saw them in what was that level? Level 1, I guess.
Yeah, it was 1. Dungeon palettes weren't swapped, thankfully.
No,
thankfully. I mean, Oh yeah, and shoutouts to hidden dungeon numbers again. I mean, I'm sick of that flag. Jesus, at least the dungeon palettes helped.
Well, they did, and then halfway through level 3, I figured out, hey, this has actually been on level 3. So, I mean, that helped. But by the time I got over to level 9, by the time I got the Triforce out of 2 and 5, I went over to level 9 and I said, I'm digging this entire thing until I find every single piece of information. Because that's about the only way I'm being in chessjerk right now. Because if I have to stay on that overworld as disorienting as it is for me, it would have been worse than the beating of my head that I did in 9.
I mean,
level 9 was a thing. Jesus.
You two entered 9 2 minutes apart from each other.
Oh, and I would have been a lot sooner if I hadn't died on the screen before it 20 minutes prior. God, I hate when I do that. I swear, every time I die 1 screen before a spot, I should always directly go back to that spot because that spot is always a thing.
And then the one time you go back, it's going to be nothing.
Of course, yeah, but that's not relevant. It only matters that it was this time and it was the previous time I did it. So that's obviously 100% of the time.
Would have been helpful if I would have had a recorder before I went up to Death Mountain, because I wasn't going back there anytime soon anyway. So
yeah, why would you?
I would have. I was, once I left 9, finally left 9. I was digging around for dungeons again. So, yeah, that was the thing. Oh, and by the way, one of the biggest trolls, and I don't even know if commentary picked up on it. So I get recorder.
Yep.
And I go to leave to refill health and to turn off the slow bubble curse.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And I recorder. I'm like, well, let me blow the whistle once and see if it takes me to new level 2, because that's closer to the fairy fountain. And it took me back to vanilla level 2 area. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's going to whistle me to vanilla dungeons. This is great because I can go right to level 9. And then I blew it again, and it took me right back to vanilla level 2 again. I'm like, no, this is new dungeons.
Yep.
I mean, not completed. And I'm like, whatever.
We just figured that out because CJ had just done it. So we had a good chuckle at that. And that's actually what I was going to bring up next was that question. So
no, I was definitely seeing if I could go over to vanilla level 3 because I'm like, hey, this is great. I'll whistle over there, refill my health, and then recorder back in.
Nope. I mean, it's with the start that we had, we almost wanted it not to go to new dungeons because, I mean, once I had the full Triforce, I couldn't get anywhere fast, at least until I got the Power Bracelet and had access to any roads. But even then, I mean, I died at least twice in the grave area, and it's like, oh, I gotta walk all the way across the freaking overworld again? Oh, man.
Yeah, that's completely disorienting. So, I mean, hey, when you beat me tomorrow, at least it's not going to be mirrored overworld. So we have that going for us. We're just going to get every other bad flag under this. Also, This is my third Elite 8 flag, and I don't know what normal items look like anymore.
You've had it all 3 times? That's hilarious.
I've had fun percent the first 2, and then ran shuffle tonight. So
I was trolled pretty bad by the wand bombs plus item. I thought, ooh, a bomb. Okay, so swords are off, and I got more bombs. And I realized it took me at least 5 minutes to check my menu. Like, oh, that's not what that is. That's a wand. Jeez,
that happened to us too. I'm like, oh, Crim got the bomb upgrade from the Airbus. I'm like, wait, why is he at 6 bombs? What is that?
Yeah, I paused, and my first thought was, oh, great, a wand. That's better for these enemies. And then I'm like, oh, no, I have the book.
Don't kill them with the wand fire unless you want item drops. Wow. What a seed. Did you want to know where the bow was, Crim?
Well, I heard recorder on Death Mountain, so, I mean...
Yeah, it was the white sword item on the recorder spot on Death Mountain.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had remembered I found level 6, I would have finished a lot later because I would have gone to Doug 6 first. But I conveniently forgot I had found level 6, so I didn't go there. I'm assuming. I mean, what are we missing? Magical boomerang and the heart and red candle. I guess.
I never found the ladder.
Ladder's in 4. 2 rooms into 4. Oddly enough, very close to the.
I never found 4, so that's the other part of it.
4 was in the extreme southeast. AKA north, or say AKA southwest.
Yeah, the bomb wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course, I didn't have bombs when I went down there. So
what are bombs? Bombs don't exist.
No.
It was nice bombing open walls with swords. That was an interesting twist. Just stab the walls with the bomb.
My favorite thing was Ganon being the recovering potion addict because you stabbed him with potion, then shot him with potion.
Yeah. And the bomb upgrade was a potion. I think it was, or the whites.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I thought that because the bomb upgrades, I didn't realize that the bomb upgrade would still get shuffled to the potion. We thought that the magical bomb upgrade was the silver arrows for the longest time.
Yeah, I could see that.
So when you find the red ring in 9, we're all like, wait, if that's the silver the white sword item, oh boy.
Man. So yeah, I could definitely do without mirrored overworld. I'm okay with that choice.
Well, actually, I was going to ask if my remorse could be like none of these flags, but
remorse is go back to the regular bracket flags.
Like, I can't make any promises, but I will set you up a flag set.
Oh God! Quick, end the call! Quick!
All right. Well, apparently we're ending the call, everybody.
No. See, my game plan tomorrow is to do the same exact thing. I'll find 9 and just keep dying in there until you got done.
Good plan. I like that plan. Oh wow! Do you know how many deaths you had? I had 10.
Hold on. Let me die again, and I'll tell you.
You can feel free to subtract 1 from the number you see, because I won't count this death against you.
All I'm going to say is we lost count.
You're much, much lower than me. I think I was at 28.
28? Oh, man.
I mean, I think you died 10 times just in that first room and
26. 26. Most of them were in 9.
Okay. I probably had 2 deaths in 9 before I found Red Ring and got survivability. I think. Not 100% sure.
Yeah, it took me a while to find Red Ring, too.
Yeah, that was the big difference in 9, because you found the red ring pretty quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, because the second staircase I took me right 1 room diagonal away from the Red Ring. So that was nice. I think that was the only way to get to it, too.
I think the big difference there is in my 9, I wasn't taking all the staircases because I didn't have both, so I was looking for Zelda. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
So
I
was avoiding a lot of staircases.
I only have 8 uncleared rooms in 9. 9 uncleared rooms. Or 9 unfound rooms, rather.
I have 4.
I was concerned that the room below Ganon was Zelda, and he would have been required no matter what. Because I couldn't get to the room below Ganon from either side. And knowing that he wasn't in his own room, so she wasn't necessarily in her room.
Yeah. So, yeah, GG.
So same time tomorrow night? Yeah, GG. Same time tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Same time, same place, same shenanigans?
Everyone come back and watch us suffer again.
Yes, absolutely watch them suffer again.
Maybe we'll have 2 hearts to start.
I mean, not going to lie, we were joking all day that because you were in the seed, it was going to be a 5-heart start.
Oh, of course, yeah, but no, the seed decided, yeah, right.
All right. Well, I'm going to go crawl into the field position and cry the rest of the night.
No, don't do that. It's okay. There's always tomorrow night.
Oh,
I think that will only make it worse.
yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. GG.
All right.
CJ.
GG. See you tomorrow night.
All right. With that is going to do it for our broadcast here on Randomania. So before we go, we got to do the obligatory shout outs to first things first. If you have not done so already, please give both of our runners a follow, at least for anything else, just for putting up with whatever you just had to watch here. So please make sure that you give them a follow. In addition to that, please make sure you give our team behind the scenes some love as well. Our restreamer, Gary and Old Wolf, and our tracker, Creo Swan. And I suppose you got us too as well. I mean, if you want to give me a follow, you can, but at least give my broadcast partner a follow. That's Fry Teeth. I'm TGE. Thank you all very much for watching. And of course, as always, keep hailing.